A black woman does a backflip at the Olympics. She lands it perfectly on one blade. The crowd goes absolutely insane. The judges, they deduct points. She finishes 10th. Her career is basically over. Fast forward 28 years. A white man does the exact same backflip at the Olympics. The crowd goes wild. The judges, no penalty. He's called a hero. He's making history. This is the story of how figure skating finally caught up to Surya Bonaly, and why everyone's talking about Ilia Malinin, the quad god, at the 2026 Olympics in Milan. Alright, so if you've been anywhere near social media this week, you've probably seen this name trending, Ilia Malinin. And if you're wondering why a figure skater is breaking the internet right now, trust me, it's not just because he can jump really high. This dude has been doing things on ice that were literally illegal until 2 years ago. We're talking backflips. We're talking 7 quadruple jumps in one program.
Kombination, die hier gezeigt wurde. Vierfach Lutz Euler, dreifach Flip. Vierfach Salcho.
And we're talking about the only person on Earth who can land a quad axel in competition.
Yes, we are! Just amazing!
But here's the thing that's got everyone really talking. The move that's making him famous. A black woman did it first, got punished for it. And the internet is not letting people forget. Let me take you back to 1998, Nagano, Japan, the Winter Olympics. Surya Bonaly was a powerhouse. This woman was a 5-time European champion, 3-time world silver medalist, 9-time French national champion. She was insanely athletic, like she came from a gymnastics background and she brought that raw power to the ice. But here's the problem. Figure skating in the 90s had a very specific idea of what a figure skater should look like. Delicate, graceful, elegant. And Surya, she was explosive. She was athletic. She was doing backflips in practice. Now, backflips had been banned since 1976. The official reason? Too dangerous. But if you ask Surya, if you look at the history, it was also about control, about keeping skating looking a certain way. In 1994, Surya had another controversial moment. At the World Championships in Japan, she skated what she thought was a gold medal performance. The judges gave it to Yuka Sato from Japan instead. And Surya, she refused to wear her silver medal on the podium. She took it off in protest. She later said she was frustrated because she felt like the judges would never recognize her, no matter what she did. "I was born too early," she said. So by 1998, at the Nagano Olympics, Surya was done playing by their rules. She went into her free skate in 6th place. During the program, she fell on a triple salchow. At that point, she knew. No medal, no chance. This was her last Olympics. So you know what she did? She said, "Forget this. If I'm going down on my terms." She did a backflip. Not just any backflip. A backflip on one blade, which is actually harder and more dangerous than landing on 2 feet. The crowd went absolutely insane. The judges deducted points. She finished 10th overall. That was her last competitive skate. But that moment became legendary. Okay, so fast forward to 2024. The International Skating Union, the people who run figure skating, they finally decided to remove the backflip ban 50 years later. Just like that. Now here's where it gets interesting. Enter Ilia Malinin. This kid is 21 years old, born in Virginia. His parents were both Olympic figure skaters for Uzbekistan, so skating is literally in his DNA. And this dude, he's called the quad god for a reason. In 2022, when he was 17, he became the first and only person in history to land a quadruple axel in competition. To put that in perspective, a quad axel means 4.5 rotations in the air. You take off forward, spin 4.5 times, and land backward on one blade. At 17, he did that. Nathan Chen, the Olympic gold medalist from 2022, never even attempted it in competition. This season, in December, he became the first person to land 7 clean quadruple jumps in a single program. 7 quads. So we get to the 2026 Olympics in Milan. Ilia is the overwhelming favourite for gold. But here's the thing about the Olympics. It hits different. Even the best in the world get nervous. And Ilia, in the team event, he was shaky. In the team event short program, Japan's Yuma Kageyama actually beat him. Ilia admitted later, "I underestimated how heavy the Olympic atmosphere would be. I thought I could treat it like any other competition."
Yeah, mentally it was a weird feeling just going into the program. I just had so many thoughts and memories flood right before I got into my starting pose.
But then came the team event, free skate. And this is where the backflip comes in. Remember, the backflip is now legal. Ilia's been practicing it. And for the team event free skate, he decided to throw it in. He did it twice. First on 2 feet, then on 1 blade. Just like Surya, the crowd erupted. In the stands, Novak Djokovic, the tennis legend, threw his hands to his head in shock. Team USA won the team event gold medal by 1 point over Japan, and Ilia's free skate performance was clutch. But here's where things got complicated on the internet. The headlines start rolling in. Ilia Malinin makes history with first legal Olympic backflip. The quad god brings banned move back to the Olympics. And then people started saying, wait a minute, what about Surya Bonaly? Actor Wendell Pierce tweeted, "Surya Bonaly originated the backflip in the Winter Olympics and was penalized for it. She should have won the gold medal. The Olympic Committee owes her an apology and a gold medal." And look, this sparked a huge conversation. People started asking the obvious questions. Why was it banned in the first place? Why did Surya get punished? Why is it now okay? What changed? Some people said it's about race. Some people said it's about the evolution of the sport. Some people said, come on, the rules just changed, it's not that deep. Surya herself responded to the whole thing. And honestly, she was incredibly gracious. She told the Associated Press, "I was born too early, but I'm happy to see the move live on through a new generation. I broke the ice for other skaters. Now everything is different. People welcome anyone as long as they are good. And that is what life is about." But here's the thing people are pointing out, and I think it's valid. The physical danger didn't change. The move is the same move. What changed is who was doing it and when. Alright, so after the team event drama, the individual competition started, and Ilia, he learned from his mistakes. Tuesday, February 10th, the men's short program. Ilia came out with a completely different energy. He opened with a massive quad flip, clean, then a triple Axel, then a quad Lutz triple toe combination that scored 22 points. The highest scoring element of the entire competition by almost 5 points. His final score, 108.16. He beat Japan's Yuma Kageyama by over 5 points. He said afterward, "In the team event, I had too much Olympic excitement. I was so hyped up and it bit me. This time I took it slow. I'm calm, I'm relaxed." And then he dropped the tease everyone wanted to hear. Is he going to attempt the quad Axel in the free skate? The jump that only he can do? The jump that would make him the first person ever to land it at the Olympics? He didn't do it in the short program. He didn't need to. He's already leading. But the free skate? That's where things could get insane. Okay, so let me break down why the quad Axel is such a big deal. The quad Axel is the only jump in figure skating where you take off going forward. Every other jump, you're already going backward when you leave the ice. This one, you're moving forward, you throw yourself into the air, complete 4.5 rotations and land backward on 1 blade. When you land this jump, you're hitting the ice with 5 to 10 times your body weight in force. Ilia landed one in practice yesterday. The crowd watching practice went crazy. The free skate is happening today. As I'm making this video, it's probably going down right now. Here's the question. Does he need the quad Axel to win? No, he's got a 5-point lead. He could play it safe, land 6 quads and coast to gold. But this is the quad god we're talking about. Does he strike you as someone who plays it safe? If he lands that quad axel at the Olympics, he's the first ever. That's history. That's legendary status. So here's what I think is really interesting about this whole story. Figure skating has this reputation, right? Elegant, traditional, sometimes resistant to change. But what we're seeing right now is a sport that's being pushed forward by athletes like Surya, who refuse to shrink herself to fit into a box, and by athletes like Ilia, who are benefiting from doors that were kicked open by people before them. Is it fair that Surya got punished and Ilia gets celebrated for the same move? No, it's not. The internet is right to bring that up. But I also don't think we should diminish what Ilia is doing. This kid is phenomenal. He's pushing the sport to places it's never been. Maybe the real story here is this. Sports progress when they make room for people who don't fit the mold. When they celebrate different instead of punishing it. Surya said she was born too early. And maybe she's right, but because of what she did, because she refused to be invisible, the sport had to catch up. Ilia Malinin is making history in 2026, but Surya Bonaly made it first. And we shouldn't forget that. So that's the story behind the quad god and the backflip that's breaking the internet. What do you think? Do you think Surya deserves more recognition? Should the Olympics apologise? And more importantly, do you think Ilia is going to go for that quad axel in the free skate? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you learned something from this video, hit that like button and subscribe, because I'm covering all the Olympic drama this year. All right, that's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.